Hello and welcome to the Jafojo Law channel. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Adebimpe Jafojo and I am the founder of the law office of Adebimpe Jafojo, PC. I have been practicing in the Atlanta, Georgia area for over 27 years and I love and enjoy serving my community. Today, we will be talking about VAWA. VAWA means violence against women. However, do not believe or assume that because you're not a woman, you do not qualify to file a VAWA application. If you are a spouse of a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident, you may qualify to file a VAWA application. However, you must be able to demonstrate that 1, you were married to this U.S. citizen, abusive spouse, or lawful permanent resident abuser. You must also be able to demonstrate that you entered into the marriage in good faith. In addition to that, you must be able to demonstrate that you resided or are currently residing with this particular individual. And you must be able to show that you do not lack good moral character. If you can demonstrate all these, then you may be able to file a VAWA application. Now, even if you are divorced or maybe your spouse is deceased, then you can still submit a VAWA application. However, there is a time limit and you must be able to file that application within the required time. Therefore, if you believe you qualify, please contact the law office of Adebimpe Jafojo as soon as possible. First, we'll talk about a spouse. Are you married to a U.S. citizen, or is your loved one married to a U.S. citizen that you believe is currently being abused or has been abused? What do you do? How do you file a VAWA claim? Well, if they have been married, then you may be able to, or make sure that that individual files a VAWA claim as soon as possible. How do you know if they qualify? What do you need to do? First of all, make sure the marriage was valid. But what is going on in the home? What have you witnessed? Or what has your loved one told you is going on in the home? Has he or she had to encounter physical abuse? Is there a police report? Have the police come over to the house? Have the kids been beaten up? What exactly is your particular situation? Let's talk about it. If this individual has been physically abused, battered, slapped around, then that is awesome evidence. However, it's not always physical abuse. It could be verbal abuse. I know of so many situations where the client's spouse, U.S. citizen spouse, or lawful permanent resident, what does he do? Comes in, threatens to report the spouse to immigration, threatens to have the spouse deported, threatens that if she doesn't cook, if she doesn't clean, or if there's no lovemaking according to his will, or the way he or she wants it, then guess what? He threatens that he's going to send that individual back to his or her own home country. And then there's trouble. That individual is intimidated, that individual is depressed, that individual has very low esteem of his or herself. That is an individual that qualifies for a VAWA application. You may be a child and not a spouse. If you are a child, then you also may qualify to file a VAWA application. But you must be able to show that you are the child of a lawful permanent resident or a U.S. citizen, and that you have been abused by this particular individual. If you qualify, your children may also be able to qualify to file a VAWA application. So, what's the next step? We know that there is abuse. What do we do? Where do you go from here? It's important that you begin to gather information. You must contact your attorney, hopefully the law office of Adebimpe Jafojo, immediately. And one thing that is very important that you must understand is any information that you communicate with us, the law office, will be 100% confidential. We don't even need to use the address where you reside if you're still residing with that abusive spouse when we file that application. So you don't have to worry about what that individual who is the abuser can do to you, your child, or sometimes your parents if they're living with you. Now, what do? Begin to gather information. If you have police reports, and if you don't know how to collect or gather this information, once you contact the law office, we will be able to discuss and show you the way. If you have individuals that have witnessed this abuse, or whether it be verbal or physical, they can write statements, affidavits. They may have pictures. Some may have videos. Some may even be on social media. If you have that information, begin to gather all those documents as soon as possible. And what we would definitely recommend is that you contact the law office of Adebimpe Jafojo so that we can explain in detail what we need to do for your specific case as to how to proceed with filing the VAWA application. Again, thank you for tuning in. And remember, to qualify for a VAWA application, you need to be a spouse, a child, or a parent. And even if your spouse is deceased, or if you're divorced from that abusive spouse, you can still file your VAWA application. However, there is a time limit, so time is highly of the essence. If you are outside of the United States and you have been abused, you may still be able to file a VAWA application. So please contact the law office of Adebimpe Jafojo as soon as possible so we can put an end to this abuse and start a life of freedom for you.